Hey YouTube, Steven, the Salon Guy here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do a longer shag haircut on a male mannequin. So I'm ready to go, let's get started. A lot of people seem to freak out when doing men's haircuts, especially when having them a bit longer. So what we're gonna do today is I'm gonna show you guys my technique of how to create a longer, more of a shag, messy type haircut, which used to be trendy very long ago, many years ago, back in like the 60s and 70s. But I wanted to show you guys how to create something with a longer look in case whether you want to wear it yourself or if you're a professional looking to learn how to do a haircut like this. So the first thing we're going to do is establish the length. Now it really depends on you. Do you want to leave this really long? Do you want to go kind of a medium length type longer hairstyle for the guy? It really is your call, and also the client's as well. So let's go a little bit on the longer side, just because I know a lot of you guys want to see longer men's haircuts. So I'm going to establish the length, which is my first goal here. And when you create the perimeter, that is really the key for the whole haircut, meaning the length in the sides and the back. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to finish this up throughout the back. And once we're done with the back, we're going to then continue up in through the corners. And here's how we do that. So I'm just going to turn the head this way so you guys can see. So a lot of times we have to really create the face framing and the base of the haircut for men and for women, meaning how long is this going to be in the front, how long is it going to be in the sides and the back. But keep in mind, everything has to really be balanced and proportionate. So you can't have, like, if you have a really long back and a super short front, it might look too much like a mullet, which you may want or may not want. It's up to you. So what I like to do is I like to really start to draw the outline or the shape in, which is going to be the foundation of the haircut. So now that we're into the sides, here's where I start really working my angle upwards towards the face, cutting that way, because this is going to really help determine, the foundation of the haircut, which really is key to the whole haircut. The foundation is what's very important, so that, which other words, that's the length. That's really the base of the haircut. How long is it? What I'm doing now is I'm locking my fingers and pointing my fingers. Wherever you point your fingers, that really controls where the hair is going to end up when you cut it. And this obviously is more for professionals because you guys know what I'm talking about. So now that we're into the front here, we have to create our angle or our face framing. So do you want it to start up here? If you start it up here, remember, it has to connect. You only have so much to work with, or else it's not gonna really look right or be balanced. So I'm going to angle my fingers upwards, and my goal, wherever my finger tip is and where the hair ends, that's where it's going to be. That's the length of the haircut in that area. So as you can see, I held my fingers right here, and there's the length for the haircut. So what we'll do now is we'll just create a nice kind of straight line right in through here. So this is our base, and now we have a nice connection and a nice angle going from this side all the way back. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side, and then we'll start the layering. Now that we are done with the length, you wanna just check to make sure it's all balanced. My nickname is Uneven Steven, so I'm usually never even with my haircuts, but in this case, looks like we are pretty good. Actually, no, I'm longer on this one side. After 20 years, I still can't cut a straight line. It's ridiculous. But anyway, so now that this is done, we're now going to work into the top back part of the head. The first thing we're going to do is establish our length right into the back here where the layer is going to be. So for these types of haircuts, again, it depends on how short you want to go with the layering. So let's take a section. Let's comb it straight up on the top back of the head, and this is going to determine our layering throughout the entire haircut. Again, if it's really short, then it will be like kind of an ultra shag, where this is like really short here, and then we're talking like super like 80s hair, or if it's really long, then it's a bit probably more modern and less maintenance, and a lot more kind of free-lived, so to speak. So let's take it and cut about that much off. So we're taking about an inch or so off the length, and that's leaving the top section right here, I'd say about 6.5 to 7 inches long right in through here. So now that we have that first section, that's going to be our guide throughout the entire back of the haircut and the rest of the haircut too. So I just took a horizontal section right directly underneath that section, and what that's going to do is that is going to allow us to keep a consistent cutting pattern throughout the entire back. So again, I'll split this down and I'm going to take one more section. So 2 sections, horizontal, straight up this way. There's the guide, and we're going to cut straight across to our guide right there. And what this is doing, it's creating an even layer for these first 2 sections right into here. So now let's mirror the same thing on this side. Spin the mannequin head. We're going to comb this straight up. And the good thing about this technique is that you really can keep a good balance because you're doing the same exact thing you did on the other side. So take a horizontal section, comb it straight up, and we're going to cut horizontally or straight across, just like that. And now we have literally the top back of the head right here is finished and completely even. So we can take this all in one section, just bring it straight up, and if there's any little bits, but look, we're good, we're even. Now I'm even Steven, finally. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna comb this down, and we have the lower half of the head to work with. So let's raise the mannequin head here. And this is Steve from hairartproducts.com, which is where I get all my mannequins. I highly suggest getting mannequins from there. They're great quality and really, really amazing company. So now we have this to work with down through here. How do we do that? So instead of bringing the hair all up this way, because I feel that tends to leave the hair very thin on the bottom, we're gonna comb everything straight out. Here is our length down through here, and here's the hair that needs to be cut right in through here. Okay, let's step over here, and now we're gonna cut straight up that way. We're gonna take another section, gonna follow the same pattern. There's the weight. All right, that's the weight of the hair. It's not the length, it's the weight of the hair. And we're gonna cut that so that it has a really good clean layer and good blend to the whole thing. And literally, I'm just going section by section, just combing this straight out from the head. There it is, the guide is right there. And bam, we're done there. Now we're gonna work, I like to work from the center to the left and then the center to the right. Now we're gonna do the same thing here, straight out. And I just want you guys to kind of watch how I do this and how quick it can be done, you know? And the more experienced you get at doing this, then the easier and faster it will come. Now, if you're a professional hairstylist watching this, obviously you're gonna understand the terminology, what I'm doing. If you're not a hairstylist and you literally are obsessed with this haircut, and you want your stylist, this is definitely more of a salon type style. I mean, a barber could do it, I guess, but it really depends on how comfortable they are with cutting longer hairstyles. And, you know, I would try a salon to do something like this because it does have a bit of a longer shape to it, which hairstylists are a lot more used to working with. But hey, if you want your barber hairstylist to do it, I would say show them a picture, show them the video. But a picture really can explain a lot, honestly. You show someone a picture, and at this stage of the game, they should be able to know how to cut something by looking at a picture. If they can't, then unfortunately it's not my problem or your problem, it's their problem. So, all right, so now what I'm doing is I'm just going in the very bottom half of the head right here, in the nape area, combing it straight out, and just making sure that everything is connected, because every section counts. All hairs matter. Every section matters. Everything has to be blended in. And you really want to be consistent with your haircut. Because one little section that's off or wasn't cut, I'm telling you, it's not going to look right, it's not going to lay right. Bam. So now this is all done. I'm just going to pull this straight out from the head to cross-check everything to make sure it's even. And if it feels a little heavy or something seems up, then it usually is. It means you have to go back, double check, and make sure that it's all balanced, and there we go. So now that we're done with the back, we're going to work in through the top back now. Now that we have this section right here, this is like the whole guide of the haircut right here as far as the layers go. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take a section right in front of that, and now we're gonna comb it all back this way. What that does is it now gives us a guideline. Watch, you're gonna see it. Wait for it, there it is. And look, see that? Right here. That longer hair right there is what needs to be cut. So how do we do that? Basically, take the part where we last left off, and we're gonna cut towards the face. Comb it straight up from the head. There's the guide. There's what needs to be cut towards the face. Reason so is that instead of taking a section and cutting it, holding it straight up and cutting it, what you're gonna do is you're gonna create another weight line right in through here, which you don't wanna have. So I always feel that this really forms and follows the head shape the best way possible, so that as you're working your way forward, you're not creating another line, but instead you're actually connecting everything. And that's the goal, is to connect all of this. We want your haircuts to connect, not to be kind of, especially for this one, you want to have a good balance. So now that we have our section here, now we can move towards the front. So we're going to continue to take horizontal sections right down the middle of the head, and we're going to comb it straight up this way. And now you can see all that hair that needs to be cut, and we're cutting it straight across. Notice my elbow. You want to keep your elbow pretty much parallel with everything, so you have a good kind of balanced body positioning and arm positioning, because that really, not only your hands dictate the haircut, but also your arms. So watch this. If I drop my elbow, look what happens. I see a lot of hairstyles cutting this way. I'm now cutting down this way. I'm cutting into an angle, going longer. I'm building weight in graduation. If I raise my elbow too much, I'm going short to long. So the section will has to mirror, now we're straight, has to mirror the section that you're cutting. So that's why everything has to stay balanced. If you really want to, cut hair the best you can. If you want to cut corners, then fine. All right, now we're working towards the front. Again, same thing. And the last section, right in the very, very front, right down the middle, we're going to comb this straight up this way. And there we have it. Not a lot is coming off. So hang on to that right there. Take that section, create a subsection now so that it's a little bit off center. Now we have the corners to work on. The corners are the hair that grows out this way. So hair will go this way, this way, this way, this way. Now we're working in the corner. Okay, there's the guide, which we already cut that before. Now we're working on this whole panel, working towards the face. And I always like to cut these just because I think it really balances out the head shape and creates a nice fuller shape, and also helps grow out much better too. If you wanted to leave the corners, then you would cut it very square, which would then build weight around, in certain areas down through here. All right, last section right in through the front. And now we're cutting upwards. Notice my elbow. Okay, we're cutting this way, so I'm keeping everything, my body positioning is very balanced. The very bottom now. The very bottom, this is kind of like the hairline around the ear and the sideburn area. There's a little bit of hair that needs to come off right there. You're not looking to take off a lot of hair down to the bottom. Reason is because you don't want to cut off the length. The very, very bottom is the length, but anything above that is excess weight that you can remove so that the hair has a better flow to it. So now we're going to repeat the same thing on the other side. How do we do that? Typically what I'll do is I'll stand in front of the client and I will face like they're facing me, and then what I'll do is I'll do the same exact thing, combing it straight up and following the same exact technique. So let's finish this up, and then we should be almost done with the haircut. The haircut is now complete, and what I like to do is take a section right down the middle, and I know we cut everything horizontally going this way, but I like to just check to make sure and connect this. Now look, see what happened? There's a heavy piece right there, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut that. But also, I'm gonna follow this all the way throughout the top the top of the head to the back of the head, just to make sure that everything really is perfectly balanced and we're looking good. And all this really is doing this is the best way to see how like even and how good your haircuts are, because if you do this and you've got like, you know, hairs all over the place, you're a little inconsistent. So you need to go back and figure out what happened, what went wrong, you know, and go back and correct it and make sure it doesn't happen again, because you don't want to have like parts that are that uneven. But these are all little quick fixes and techniques that I've learned over the years that really help when trying to really perfect your haircuts. And trust me, you know, my selling point with my haircuts and my clients is that I cut the hair to grow out. You really, really want to cut hair so that it grows out really well and they will see it. And it happens all the time. I have so many clients that come in and after I'm done, you know, the haircut looks great, but then like they'll see me like 4 or 5 months later and they're like, my God, man, my hair grew out, and it still looks good. That's because you put all that time and effort into growing it out. Here we have, let's raise Steve up over here and take a look at what we got. Okay, so this is the first time we're seeing this here. You want to double check everything and make sure everything is all good. So you can wear this however you want. You can wear this over, you know, this way. You can wear it over this way. You can wear it back. You can actually do like a little top knot if you wanted to on top. I know this was popular last year, but you can literally take this back and just kind of like section, you know, this off and make a little kind of top knot or ponytail right into here and have this kind of come down. You know, I haven't seen guys wearing their hair like this in quite some time. Let's see what happens for summer of 2017. So let's now blow dry it. So now I'm going to be using my newest product called 25, and I want to tell you guys a little about this product because it's revolutionary. 25 actual hair benefits to this, and I'm telling you right now, this is a game-changing product. The salon, one of the salons that carries my products, they sold out of this in one day because of how obsessed everybody was with it. So you can spray this on when it's wet. 1, 2, 3, about 4 pumps. No more than that, 5 pumps. And you really want to work it through. And it's like spraying the nicest hand moisturizer on your hands, getting that instant softness on your hands, going, oh my gosh, that's what it does to your hair. So if you have kind of really dry hair, frizzy hair, you have a lot of static to it, some of the benefits to this is actually controlling frizz, controlling and taming down static, making your hair smoother. It adds protein to your hair. It has biotin in it. It helps moisturize your hair. It detangles. It has heat protecting agents in it. It really does all of what it says it's supposed to do. And I'm telling you, really, really incredible product. It's vegan, it's got certified organic ingredients in it, and it's a game-changing product. Even this was all custom. I had this custom packaged with the gold here. This was a lot went into this product. So definitely the link in the description below to get this, but spray a little bit on, and then we're going to start to blow dry. Just want to show you guys the results from using the 25 spray. Look how shiny this is. This is all, and smooth. This is all I sprayed in the hair. This product is incredible for men as well as women. And I'm telling you, this is a game changer. Like, my hands run right through this. No frizz, it's shiny, it's healthy, incredible, this stuff. So here's the haircut, and I hope you enjoy it. And really, I hope you guys learn something from this. You can bring it over this way if you want, you know. It really depends how you want to wear it. It all depends on you, you know, like, but the haircut really in itself is a good kind of foundation for this style. Very messy kind of look. Let's spin the head around this way so you can see this. Whoop, here's the side angle right into here. You see all these layers. Really, really nice texture. This would be great on a male or female, this haircut. I've done this on both. Here is the finished look in the front. Again, you can sweep this over however you want to do it, depending on the kind of look you're going for. But I think this type of look works well. If you want to part it in the middle, I'm sure I'm going to get the people that want to see me part this in the middle. You can just split it and then wear it over this way. Whatever you want to do, Very, it looks really, really good. So there's down the middle for everyone who wants to see what it looks like. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. Check out hairartproducts.com. This is where you can get all my mannequins from. This is Steve from Hair Art Products, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the 25 spray. Again, it's an incredible product, and I'll see you guys next time for more videos with the Salon Guy.